Well, all right. How are you doing? Welcome back. This is Kalan. Glad you can join me. So, we're going to get right into this thing. And this is something I've wanted to do some time ago. I had made a post on my Instagram about making your own gesso and how I just really enjoy doing things myself, even getting down to molding my own pigments and making my own paint. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some gesso. And here are a few things that you're going to need. You're just going to need some cups, some scoops. I just have here a measuring cup for 1 cup and a half a cup. I have my stainless steel bowl, which I really do recommend using stainless steel versus anything else. And this is a tube of Sienna, burnt Sienna by Grumbacher. And I'm just going to use that to tint the gesso later on. And here is the main ingredient, if you will, the whiting chalk. This is Earth Pigments. I'll put this here, and I'll also leave a link in the description. I guess I should also say that this is not sponsored, but I do use my pigments from this company. Very good quality material. And here we're just going to get in this and take out 1 cup of whiting chalk, or what is also known as calcium carbonate. So here we have the calcium carbonate, the whiting chalk. This is what it looks like, finely ground powder. So traditionally, gesso was made with what is known as rabbit skin glue and chalk, or sand and other finely ground up materials, right? Since I don't have any rabbit skin glue on hand, and I prefer using chalk and just making my own acrylic gesso, this is what we're going to be doing today. And what I have instead of the rabbit skin glue is Elmer's glue. That's right, regular school Elmer's glue. Uh, I have both the clear and the white, and that's actually perfectly fine. I use the clear mostly, as you can see here, versus the white, and there's no particular reason. I just the clear I think just goes in better, or it allows me to be able to better see when I'm mixing versus the white. It could be a trick of my own eyes, who knows? But anyway, we're going to use the clear, and we're going to get in here. Or what we find is that most of the gessos on the market today are all PVA based. And so we're going to use the glue because these glues are PVA based. They're flexible, they're stable, and they're far less sensitive to humidity than the original rabbit skin or any other type of animal glue. And that's why most modern acrylic gessos and sizings products are PVA based. All right, they don't need any heat. The ground remains flexible on the canvas. It's suitable for both oil and acrylic painting, and it's actually more forgiving than even traditional gesso. And here is my bottle that I will be putting it in. I've just used up the last bottle that I had. There's still maybe just a pinch of something still left in the bottom, but that's, it'll mix in with what I put in this time around. And yeah, so was just an old paint container that I had. I think it was I don't remember what it was, but it was an old bottle that I had. Instead of throwing it away, I use it for this. And we're going to get right into it. So we're going to take the powder and just put it in the bowl, and then we're going to slowly mix in the glue and stir. I'll be quiet and let you watch. And as you see, it is beginning to do what it needs to do. And this is a good little workout as well. And depending on how much you make, how much you put in there, you're going to have to consistently and continually stir and stir and stir until it becomes very whipped like, almost battery. And as you see, it's starting to look really good. Very simple and very easy. It does not take much, and it's not that difficult to do. We can do this stuff ourselves, and it's more economical, and it goes a long way. And if nothing else, it gives you that satisfaction of being in touch with the old masters, as we like to say. Makes us feel like we are really connected with the artwork and what goes into doing this and how they were doing it so many years ago. And here we are, just going to continue to stir and add the rest of the glue as well as the rest of the whiting chalk, and keep stirring until it becomes the consistency we are looking for. Now, if it's still a little too thick, you can add distilled water. I repeat, distilled water. Do not use tap water if at all possible. And the reason being, as we know, tap water just contains a lot of other things, um, microbes and other kind of things in the water that can cause some adverse effects with the chalk and the paint and so forth and so on. So you want to just use distilled water. And here I'm adding in a 3 dot squirt of the burnt sienna. As I said before, I wanted to tint um, the chalk, the gesso, and I'm adding in a little bit more because it's a little paler than what I'm looking for. I want to get it kind of dark, and you can use any type of paint or any color of paint. You can use black, you can use yellow, red, blue, whatever you want your gesso to be, you can use. And again, use distilled water to thin it down or to make it a little bit more runny, if you will, or just to loosen it, I should rather say. You don't want it super runny. You want it to be a very good, consistent batter type of consistency is what you want to have. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. So as you continue to stir and stir, the more water you use, you're going to need to let it sit. After you get it to the consistency that you like, you're going to need to let it sit for at least 15 minutes to let the air come out. I did not use a whole lot of water, and as you can see, there's not a lot of air bubbles in it, so it's pretty much ready to go. And this is pretty much the consistency I am looking for. It's not bad at all. So I'm just going to stir it up for a little bit more, then just set it to the side for about 5 minutes, just to ensure that whatever air bubbles in it come out. Don't forget to do that, especially if you use a lot more water to get it a little bit more thinner of a consistency. So then I will put it into my bottle. I will use this little funnel and just pour it over inside of the funnel into the bottle, and I will have my own gesso to use whenever I need to prime more canvases. So I hope that this helps, guys. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.